Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I've been out for a while. I just had a knee replacement a few weeks ago and have been heavily medicated. I haven't been able to drive, fish, or walk without some assistance. I know that sometimes on the boat you see me with a cane, and as you can probably see here, and let me show you real quick. Here's my my walking utensil that I have here. So that's what's been keeping me out of the loop for a little bit. Well, today we're gonna dive into an interesting topic, a topic that has been taking the fishing, professional bass fishing industry. I want to say by storm, but not really, because it looks like it has been swept under the rug, for lack of better words. So without further ado, let's get into this. So earlier this year, at a tournament held at the Auburn Lake, JBRfishing solicited information, and that's from an MLF tour. So MLF released the information indicating that he was disqualified from the tournament, and the points and payments were adjusted accordingly. Now, this tournament was held at the beginning of the season, and the decision was made a few weeks ago. So the other thing is that on live camera, he was sight fishing and he was snagging fish on live camera, and they called that was not a serious incident. You know that when you're sight fishing, you have to catch the fish through the mouth. That's on any tour. He snagged an 8-pounder. Okay, and obviously nothing happened in reference to that. But the worst part about it is that JBRfishing was soliciting information. When he deliberately solicited information, he actually called and got information, and the excuse that he deceived the people with was that he could solicit information as long as he got the information before the cutoff date to go fish the tournament. Now, keep in mind, this is coming from a person, an angler, an individual, a man that should be held to higher standards, since he was a law enforcement officer. Okay, law enforcement. I was in the military for almost 21 years, 20 and a half years, and, we live by a code, honesty, respect, integrity, leadership, selfless service. We live by that code. You don't cheat. You don't cheat. And integrity is the big part of it. Integrity goes with everything, whether in every sport. And what's the worst thing about it is that, he was a law-abiding, a law enforcement officer. And then this happens. He gets caught. And this action gives a black eye to the sport of fishing, as well as the law enforcement community that he served at. What do people think now? I remember in a tournament, a cup event that he won. Okay, and during another event, a mother and a young kid gave him a plaque, and it was very touching because it was wow. I mean, like, wow. I actually tried to find that type of plaque because I wanted to make one similar to that for a friend of mine that actually won a few tournaments, and give them out as trophies for a fishing club, and I could not find it. But they gave him the lake, and I don't remember what was the name of the lake where he won the cup at. I have to research it. I know it was a couple of years back, and they went out of their way to get this thing made, handcrafted or custom made, and gave it to him as as a remembrance, an indicator of everything that he did. Now, who is there to say that he did not cheat there too, and they got swept under the rug? But what the disgusting thing is that it was being swept under the rug by under the carpet by MLF for months before coming up with a penalty. Now this does the matter is in which they handle this issue created a bigger issue, because if they would have penalized them right then and there, then it would have been taken care of and there would have been no issues. You snag the fish, that fish don't count. You know, you solicited information, you're disqualified. That's it. Boom, done with right then and there. Get them off the water. Right now, if you do research online, all you're gonna hear is people say, you know, he should not be fishing the hole the rest of the season. He's a cheater. This is disgusting. MLF did this because they wanted to keep Toro Lawnmower as a sponsor. Well, you know what? If I'm the owner, I don't know to what depth Jeff Sprague is part of the management with Toro. Is that he's just the angler that's being sponsored, or he's part of the management team or president or some guy higher up there? I don't know. But if he's not, and I'm the marketing agent or the VP of Toro, guess what? I wouldn't, or any, it doesn't have to be Toro. It could be Berkeley. It could be, you know, it could be Spro. It could be, you know, Strike King. It could be anything. It could be General Tires. Whatever the sponsor is, if you're cheating, I would not want my product associated with you, because you give a bad name to my product if my name is on your shirt. Because if I promote my product as being unique and the best with hard work, and that's not what you're doing, that's not who you promote. I want to promote my product with sportsmen that are honest, have integrity, and give a good example, especially to the younger anglers. Because cheating is not new. It's not new to the sport of fishing. You know, there's paper tournaments out there because of, you know, COVID. A lot of paper tournaments came out and people measured. You know, that's integrity. But if you have the opportunity and there's people that are right there at the fence, you know, okay, he measures 17 and a half, 17 and 3/4, looks more like 18. You know, that is gonna happen. You know. But when you're at a professional level on national TV, that you have children and you have fans watching you, and you do this, that is no good for the sport, especially a sport that constantly, you know, you see the announcers, you know, compared to golf, a golf that has a lot to do with integrity. Guess what? Integrity just went out the window with this issue, especially when MLF tried to sweep it under the rug, or kept it quiet, or did not do anything about it for months. Months. Why was there not a penalty imposed immediately? Because you didn't want the sponsor to know about it, because you wanted the money. Guess what? I think the sponsor would respect you more, or respect the industry more, if you would have imposed a punishment right then and there and take care of it. But when you try to lie to me as the sponsor just to keep me dumping money into your league, I don't think so. I don't think that's a way to go. You know, transparency is huge, especially in all businesses today. You know, and that's a mistake that I believe that MLF did. You know. There's, you know, other sports like baseball, football, they have conduct policies. You know, baseball, you know, you have a cork bat. Guess what? You're out of here. You know, you talk about thousands and thousands and $1,000s of penalties and fines and games suspended and whatnot. Okay, bass fishing does not make the money that football and baseball and golf makes. They just don't. They don't. You gotta look at it. It's a fact. They don't. You know, they don't got $1 million deals, okay? Kevin Van Dam doesn't cut out a deal with striking for $127 million for 6 years. It just doesn't happen. Okay, Jeff Sprague definitely doesn't get $2 million deal for 4 or 5 years contract with Toro. Okay, so you got to look at that way, right? So that's one thing that you have to think about. Now the thing is that this was quiet. For a while. But the thing is that now, how can you take the sport of fishing seriously? How can you take it seriously, especially at the highest level, when the leagues keep hiding issues like this, when cheating happens, and sponsors should be pushing these leagues to promote transparency. What type of league would support? Would you support a league that has transparency and imposes the punishment right then and there, or a league that's gonna take months to come up with, okay, we're gonna disqualify you and we're gonna take away some money from you, and that's it. That's all it was. That's pretty much what it was. That was the punishment that they pretty much gave them. At least that's what was put out. Okay, that's what was put out. Now the thing is that this just doesn't happen at the highest level. This happens in high school tournaments. High schoolers have been caught shoving weights in fish's throats. Nonetheless, what do you think? What should be the penalty for Jeff Sprague? Should he be just disqualified? Should he be disqualified for the rest of a few tournaments? Should he be banned for the rest of the season? I don't know. You tell me. Me personally, I think that the penalty for at that time should be done swift and right on the spot. Okay, listen, you're snagging fish. That fish don't count. Simple as that. It should be straightforward. That's a policy that's in every sports league. If you're sight fishing, it has to be caught in the mouth. The hook has to be in the mouth. You cannot snag a fish. Okay? If you're soliciting information, you're disqualified right then and there. It should have not taken 4 or 5 months to come up with a decision for this. Okay? And cheating has been going on in the sporting, in every sport it happens. But every other sports imposes the penalties as soon as they find out. And MLF handled it very poorly. Very, very poorly. Okay? And in the fishing industry, it seems that is the norm, because in 2010 in the U.S. Open in Lake Mead, there was this fisherman, I want to say was I forgot the name. The name was Mike Hart, I think it was. He was shoving two 2-ounce sinkers into the fish. They were tied down, and they were short. The leader was short enough to keep the lead from going into the belly of the fish, and it was tied up with a treble hook so it could just stay in and not go down far enough in case they cut the fish open, the weight won't come down. And this was a very respectful angler that has won hundreds of thousands of dollars before. Look it up. You'll find it. You'll find it out there, and that's what is going on. It's crazy. It's crazy, But what on the subject of the lack of rules, is this lack of rules, a lack of infractions? Is this hiding, covering, sweeping under the rug just to keep sponsors? But the thing is, this is the thing. This is what brought it all up into light. This is what brought it all up into light. Zach Burge, another respectful angler. No, he didn't cheat. He did not cheat. The thing with Zach Burge was that he was fishing heavy hitters. Day one, he didn't do so good. Day one, he did not do so good, and he was committed to say, okay, I didn't do good. I'm not gonna do good in this tournament. I might as well just go home and go fish one of the opens, because he signed up to fish 9 opens. That I don't know, the Southern Opens, I think it was. I don't remember which one it was. And I know he signed up for 2 9s straight. So he decided he wanted to go home early. let it be what it be, and just go home, and that was it, And it's something that he has done before. It's something that he has done before. He didn't do good. He said, "Listen, I'm just gonna go home early, and that's fine. I'm not gonna win nothing here anyway. I'm not gonna get nowhere." And he resented himself with that. He committed that. He convinced himself that he wasn't no good. Now, check this out. In that tournament, after the fact, he did great. I think he posted 5th, 5th, 6th in the tournament. I don't remember exactly what it was. The thing is that he let MLF know, "Listen, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna do good." And then MLF said, "Fine." And then they called him up later that night. "Listen, you cannot go." And he said, "Why?" "Well, there's it might be some infractions because the policy there's a rule that says that you cannot you got to finish the tournament. So what is in the policy?" And they couldn't say nothing. They couldn't come up with the policy, quick enough. So Zach Burge pretty much told them, "Okay, then someone needs to tell me before I leave because I'm packing, because I'm leaving." Now this is the thing. They knew that Zach Burge was gonna go fish the Open. Keep that in mind. They knew that he was gonna fish the Open. Now this is how sneaky they were. They let him leave before other tournaments. Other tournaments it was fine. But because he was gonna fish one of the Opens, this is the card that they pulled. They send them the policy. The policy said that if you qualify for a tournament, you have to fish the tournament. Okay, they got him there. That's fine. But he has fished other tournaments and he didn't do good, and they were okay. Yeah, you can leave. Don't worry. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, if that's the case, he has to fish the tournament that he qualified for. He's gonna go home early. Disqualify him for the tournament. Disqualify him for the tournament. What do you think? You, the viewer, what do you think should have happened? Now, this is the interesting part. That they say, well, you have to fish the tournament because you qualify for the tournament. The rule says that you have to fish the tournament that you qualify for, and there could be suspensions and infractions of up to $25,000. This is for somebody that let them know, "Listen, I don't think I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna leave early. I bombed the first day. I don't think I have a chance. I'm just gonna leave early and I'm gonna go fish one of the Opens." So they came up with infractions of up to $25,000 and suspensions. But so cheating gets you disqualified for that event, and if you placed, then you lose. Okay, they take that money away, right? But if you leave early, that could lead you to penalties of up to $25,000 fines and suspension. What the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on here? There is definitely something wrong here. Definitely something wrong. So, for what I researched, there are many anglers in MLF that are not happy with what's going on in this league right now. There are many anglers that are absolutely not happy at all. They're not happy the way that MLF is handling the situation, how they handle it, how are they, especially with what's going on with Zach Burge. That's one of the things, you cheat, you get a slap in the wrist. You don't cheat, and you're honest about it and say, "Listen, I'm not gonna do good." But the good thing is that, okay, he had to stay. He did good. He placed, I think it was 5th or 6th. I don't remember exactly where. You could look it up. So what do you think? Put him a comment. Put a comment down there. Let me know what is how do you think about it? Tell me. I might be just blowing this out of proportion. Just you tell me. Tell me what you think. What should have been the infraction on Sprague? Okay. And how should MLF have handled Zach Burge's issue? You tell me. How do you think that should have been done? How should think that should have been? Personally, I think the league needs to practice transparency. This is just me. This is Jorge Santiago just putting it out there. What I think. This is not I don't work for MLF. I don't really care about. I do care because I enjoy the sport of fishing. I enjoy watching them on and now, and I support the anglers that are actually honest. And the thing is that this put a black eye and makes a lot of people think, okay, Wheeler. Now there's rumors going on Wheeler. How could he win so many so fast? How could he win so many so fast? How could he catch so many fish? Check this out. Yesterday, both of them. Lucas caught 127 pound 1 ounce, and Wheeler caught 100 and something. I think 105, 107. I don't remember exactly how much. The two anglers, they all broke the century mark. Okay. Dustin Connell was almost at 90 pounds, at 88, I think it was. The next one over, I want to say was at 80 or maybe below that. That brings up questions. I'm not saying that they cheated. Believe me, I follow Wheeler. I follow Lucas. I follow Dustin Connell. I follow all of them. I enjoy watching them. I enjoy looking at their channel, and I enjoy things that they have to put out. Yeah, they don't put out the juice, but they put out some information, and you get here and there, and it helps you out. It makes you a better angler here. And, you're not gonna put out everything that you know, but you're gonna put out some nuggets out there, and I enjoy watching them. I enjoy them for fun. I fish my own way. I fish club tournaments. I build my own rods, and I take my son, and we do I do more fun fishing than anything else. But I enjoy watching professional anglers fish and watching, the show. Right now I'm watching Group B, and they qualifying on day 1 for them. So, and I enjoy that. Just Van Dam just caught a 3 pound 4 ounce, I think it was. But personally, what the league for me needs to be practicing transparency. They need to be clear. They need to have outlined infractions for all possible violations, clear and precise, by black and white. Not come up 4 months later, 5 months later. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, and then make up, because this sounds more made up than anything else. Okay, if you want to leave, they could impose penalty up to $25,000 and suspensions. The guy didn't cheat. He just wanted to go home early because he had a bad day. He didn't believe that he could do anything. He could make up for it on the rest of the days. But the one that cheated got off pretty much scot-free. So, you tell me. I think the sponsors should step up. They have the power. They have power. Sponsors have a lot of power. They could come up and they could step on the league and say, listen, if you don't start running this show with integrity, right? With integrity, and enforcing rules and policies and in these tournaments, to let you need to make examples, not to an extreme, but you need to set an example. Hey, if you cheat, this is what happens. If you get, yes, there's going to be cheaters. There's going to be people that are not going to get caught. But all this right now puts the person that's on the fence that if, okay, I haven't done nothing this year, and last year I didn't do too much either. I am strapped for cash. If I don't do nothing soon, I might have to sell my truck, or I might have to do this, or I might have to do that, or it's gonna be rough for me and my family. I might have to sell a home. It's gonna make them sway one way or the other. And if cheating there's more gain in cheating than the punishment, then they're gonna go to the cheating portion of it. It's like when big oil companies used to dump oil drums into the ocean, the penalties were, okay, yeah, you get penalized $250 million. Oh yeah, fine, just pay the $250 million. I made $50 billion. So yeah, just pay that fine. That's nothing. I made a lot more than that. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. But the sponsors tell the leagues, if you don't start running this business with some transparency, I'm gonna pull out. I'm not gonna support the anglers. I'm not gonna put my name on none of it. I'm pulling out. You know what's gonna happen? I think the league, duck it, think about it. Who's the other owner? Horton. Think about it. This is something that you guys are pretty much the founders of MLF. You guys run that show. Maybe you might not want. Maybe you should not be fishing, and you should be running a tighter business. Instead of trying to double dip. That's just me. As a business owner, I wouldn't want to be associated with cheaters. As I said before, and I'm sure that no sponsor want to have their name associated with a cheater. No sponsor. Sportsmanship and integrity is the biggest thing when it comes to sportsmanship. You are setting the example for younger anglers, okay, as well as the fans. You're promoting a sport. And when you get caught cheating, you're bad for the sport. In other sports, they get dropped from the team. No? So if you like or don't like the video, if it helped you, if you have any comments, please put them down there. I want to hear what you have to say. Let me know that I'm just I just had to let something out because I haven't put no information out, no fishing, I haven't done nothing. I just had a knee replacement. You saw the walker. I've been walking with this. I can't drive. Definitely can't drive a boat. I definitely can't I cannot stand in front of the boat with the trolling motor and a walker. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure I'll be soaking wet. So hit the like, hit the subscribe. Put your comments down below. I'm just interested on what you have now. Keep it clean, please. Keep it clean. Just tell me, what do you think, or tell everybody what is it that you think should happen. Should the league have more transparency? What do you think? Should Sprague be held more accountable? Should there be bigger punishment? Should have they done something a lot earlier? You tell me. I'll leave it up to you. I'm curious to find out exactly what you have to say about this, because that was just my opinion. I'm just blowing steam. Just had to put it out there because I think it's disgusting that when professional sportsmen do stuff like that. We try to teach our kids to be honest, respectful, be righteous people. So when they grow up, they grow up to be responsible adults, and do the right thing. And we try to teach them some sports, either whether it's baseball, football, soccer, hockey, basketball, fishing. We try to get them in something that's competitive, so they could, because competition is part of our nature. We have to. If you're not competitive, you're not going to get better. That's the way that I see things. Whether it's in school with grades or it's in sports, competitive makes you grow and makes you better. That's just me. I don't know what you think about that, but that's just the way that I see things. When you compete with others, you grow. You grow to be a better person, or a lot better at what you do. Okay, so comment below, subscribe, like, and share. Okay, until the next one.